Hi everyone, Trax again, and I welcome you with my new, well, not really new, but low-level character who I'm going to use with my 5 ways to make millions on the auction house video techniques, which means the character is now level 9 and it's going to stay that way. I have a bit of starting cash thanks to cross-realm pet selling and doing a little bit of inscription and enchanting on a low level. So what did I try to get some gold in the beginning? I bought myself, with the gold from the pet selling, I bought myself some herbs, then I milled them down to sallow and roseate pigments and sold them on. And also I bought some armor to disenchant to sell arcana and ley light shards, but I eventually stopped doing the disenchanting part. Why? Because you need a higher skill level of enchanting to get more arcana from green armors. The only thing I would recommend to disenchant is getting blue gear, so uncommon gear, and then epic crafts, which will allow you to get ley light shards and also a chance of receiving chaos crystals. So if you want to do that, go check out my making gold with disenchanting video. I will make sure it's in the ending screen along with my 5 ways to make million video in case you didn't come to this video in that way. So on and all, to keep things short, doing so gave me a bit of starting gold to mess around with, 12k to invest and hopefully to double quickly. First step is scanning the auction house, and I started out trying the BOE groups that I linked in that video, and as soon as the first item I could afford with a decent rate popped up, I paused the scan and bought the item, picked it up for 12,000 gold and put it back up for 45k as the built-in operation advised me to do so. 8 days later and a few reposts later as well, I've sold the auction cheaper than I first hoped for, but still from 12k to 28.5 is still a 16,500 gold profit just for reposting and waiting. You can also see that pets I still had also didn't sell up to this date. Now that I have a bit more gold, I'm going to try buying cheap materials and reselling them higher, basically investing and holding on for as long as I need it until the price is right to repost them again. In my video I would say buy cheap, like up until 70-75% of the market value, and then sell when the item is at 100% or higher. But to get a quicker start and a chance for almost instant reselling, I bought anything that would have a affordable gap in the market. Like you see here with the Acerline seeds, I had to buy 3 auctions to close the gap to 100%. So I bought these 3 stacks. Don't forget to leave you some room for profit after calculating the auction fee cutoff and the posting price. Acerline seeds in comparison to other herbs is more expensive to post, so keep that in mind. Then I did the same for foxflowers and slices of bacon. When I went back to repost, other people already reposted more of the items I bought cheaper, so instead of buying those items, I posted items manually using Auctioneer. Just don't forget at which price you bought the items before posting them back, and calculate a 5% cutoff from the auction house as well, and leave you enough room to get a bit of profit, because you don't have to do it for almost nothing. Then I kept doing this for a couple of days, only to find out that with patch 7.2.5 the auction house got a lot more busy and that I was unable to close the gaps because I couldn't afford to close these gaps because there were too much items on the auction house. So I just slightly changed my tactic. Instead of going for a 70% to 100% rating or margin, I bought anything that I could repost higher without getting much competition, in combination with buying some items that I know I would have a chance to resell later. So I'm buying anything that is cheap that I can repost instantly, or I'm buying cheap stuff that I know that will sell a few days later, because stuff is cheaper on the weekend when a lot more people play and a lot more items end up on the auction house. Especially items that are needed for consumables will be a lot more expensive from Tuesdays to Fridays, because a lot of people are going to raid, so they get prepared on Tuesday, or they start raiding again with the weekly reset. So at the time I was trying to make some gold quick, and I also tried to build up a sort of inventory. Now whenever you look at the amount of gold I have, it's never an accurate number, because I always would have items posted and items in my bags which I invested in. Now as soon as I get more cash, I'm going to combine mat selling with BOEs again and then finally add in pet selling as well. Also, on the second last day, I made a mistake with posting Fury Stone. I bought them for 750 gold and went in to post it manually with Auctioneer. And what I did wrong was I forgot to change the stack size before putting in my price. So I typed in 900 gold bid and 1000 buyout, and then I changed the stacks to post 2 stacks of 1, and within seconds someone bought the 2 underpriced Fury Stones, which means he was doing a sniper scan on the auction house, meaning I lost 750 gold on each Fury Stone. So kinda happy I only posted 2, so my miss costed me 1500 gold instead of 4500, which counts a lot at this time. Now, after posting, you can see I have 4700 gold in my inventory, 29.5 of auctions on the auction house, and a few more gems in my bags, together with storm scale, which could bring me up to 70k gold when everything would sell, if it sells. I need it to sell anyway. Just remember, the startup is the hardest part. Selling pets takes a fair amount of time, and sometimes you have to let the auction house do its job and just wait out the price fluctuations. The only regret I already have is that it's such a busy auction house. It takes a long time to scan the auction house on my presets, let alone do the BOE groups. But on and all, the whole process takes me about 50 minutes a day, so eventually, when I have more gold to invest, I can invest in more items, resulting in more profit, until I finally have a fair amount of gold on this character, which will provide me eventually with enough of a market flow of items to make enough profit to buy me a token from time to time. Next step will be a transmog video where I do 1 hour of transmog farming and going to see how well it sells on a role-playing game server, the same server that I'm doing this tactic on Argent European servers. It's the biggest role-playing game server on the continent, cause in theory role-playing game servers would have a better market to sell transmogs. I hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Happy gold hunting!